Do you know that Black Widow was part of the Google trend, the top Google trends last week? As a matter of fact, it is part of the biggest box office start since a couple of years. I mean, even the CEO mentioned it. The Black Widow opened big, and several more hit movies are also in theaters. And it's true, okay? But on top of these guys, we have AMC showing the UFC Poirier versus McGregor fight. We already know that, starting July 10, which was last Saturday. But it was a record attendance this weekend. From Thursday through Sunday, we had more than 2.5 million US guests and around 3.2 million guests globally, internationally when you add the US. So, guys, this is good news. I know. You'll say this is big. AC. This is fundamentals. And what does that have to do with short squeeze? Hear me out. It does, because even though apes are buying mostly for the short squeeze, you have another type of investors that are also buying based on the traditional way of doing things in the stock market game. Okay, so remember back in January. Back in 2020, AMC was knees on the floor, like knees on the ground, because nobody was going to theaters. And that's why these whole shorts came into the play in order to push this company to bankruptcy, to non-existence, like they did with Toys R Us. But people were thinking that because of streaming services, Netflix, Amazon Stick, Amazon Fire, whatever, Disney, that theaters will be out. But this is actually a proof, real proof, data, that not only people are still interested into going out into leisure, but also you can have a coexistence. Because when you look at the Black Widow opening numbers, they did what? 80 million from the theatrical debut and also $60 million from Disney Plus. So this tells us that, hey, you can have physical theaters and you can have streaming services coexisting together, okay? And like somebody said, it's not because you have Uber that came into the market that people will stop buying cars. As a matter of fact, it's not because you can have food ordered and delivered at your footstep that it doesn't necessarily mean that people will stop cooking at home or doing the groceries. It's totally separate, okay? So it's good for the squeeze because we do have the institutional investors, the insurances, the pension funds, the mutual funds, the ETFs. Those investors are still buying based off of the traditional way of doing things, and because those guys are looking at the numbers when it comes to AMC revamping the business. So not only we have the box office, which is a good thing, okay, because whenever they buy, it increases the buying pressure, and this is what we need, okay? This is what we need in order to get the shorts out of the play. But not only that, guys, we need to look at the bigger picture, what the company is trying to do here. By starting Party Watch, okay, with the UFC, and we also know that it's talking about esports, maybe gaming, it opens the door to unlimited streams of income, because if you can stream those type of events in the sports, into gaming and concerts, then you can pretty much stream everything else when it comes to entertainment. And that's why it is good, because people who were betting on AMC to go and die and go extinct, now this not only means that AMC can be revived, survive, which is already the case, and now they are on their way to thrive again. Netflix did that, Kodak did that, Nokia did that, BlackBerry did that, Apple did that. A lot of companies did that in the past. So why not AMC? And because of that, I think we have a lot more good news to come especially when it comes to earnings. Q2, maybe not, but definitely Q3 and Q4.